Hi everybody, it's me, Jackie Armand. I'm back again with another spooky video. I guess it's kind of spooky if you consider the source material as being spooky, which we'll get into in a minute. But, you know, I know that we are really close to Thanksgiving. I know we are getting kind of ready for Christmas. I know I'm kind of already starting to get in the Christmas mood a little bit because Thanksgiving's almost here, but I did want to sneak one more little fall video in before we get into Christmas. I feel like I need to, I wanted another little fall thing before Christmas comes and takes over, but basically today we're gonna kind of do a decorating video. It's not like 100% all decorating because most of the fall stuff in our apartment has been up for about a month already, but I'm just gonna kind of add to it some pieces to my fall decor. And basically the kind of way that I came up with this video, or even just like what I was gonna do, that I was even going to add to our fall decorations, which our fall decorations you'll see here in a minute. I'm gonna kind of take you through all of them and what we're gonna add. It's mostly just a lot of fall leaves, a lot of pumpkins, just pretty basic, average fall decor. But the only reason I even thought about adding to it and doing more with it was me and my husband were at a thrift store not too long ago. I guess it was at the beginning of the month when we kind of put all of this stuff up. And I found this little gem, this teapot, which is silver. And it was only $7, which was a huge steal considering it's silver. It's really heavy too. And it's really good quality considering, I mean, it's tarnished, but I kind of like that. The inside is actually really nice in there. And I found this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so adorable. Like, I don't think I would use it. I think I would just put it out as decoration. And we put it on the bar where some of our fall decorations are. And when it was sitting there, I was like, you know what that reminds me of? Over the Garden Wall. If you've never seen Over the Garden Wall before, it was a mini series that came on Cartoon Network. I don't know how long ago it came out. I want to say 2015, but it might not be that old. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But it aired on Cartoon Network and it was only like one season, so it was like a little mini series. And it was a cartoon, and it, you know, has a lot of great voice talent in it, including Elijah Wood voices one of the main characters. And it is just quintessential fall vibes. You know, it's just full of fall coziness, and then also does have a little bit of spookiness. Which I actually saw a lot of people on YouTube and everything this year doing a lot of Over the Garden Wall decorations in their Halloween decorations this year, which is really cool. And I, you know, kind of was jealous because a lot of my Halloween stuff is, you know, it's kind of been the same over the years. I don't really have the budget nor the time to do a different theme with my Halloween decorations every year. It's pretty much the same every time, but I did kind of wish that I could have put some Over the Garden Wall stuff in my Halloween. It just doesn't match in my Halloween decorations. You know, it just doesn't mesh well. But when I found that at the thrift store, that teapot, and we had it sitting with the rest of our fall stuff, it just was like a light bulb moment. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could do Over the Garden Wall stuff in here with the fall stuff. So that's basically what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a couple little additions to our fall decorations, and sorry, my battery died even though it had 47 minutes left of battery, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, we're just going to make some little additions to kind of go intermingle into my fall decor that just give kind of nods to Over the Garden Wall. There's a lot more that I would like to do than what I'm just going to do in this video, and probably maybe future videos, maybe next year around fall time, I'll do some more things that I want to do that are like bigger projects that I just did not have time to do. But you know, if you're like on a budget and you kind of want some little over the garden wall stuff in your own decor, maybe this is something that you could do easily that doesn't require too much crafting. But basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of show you, take you on a little tour through our fall stuff and kind of show you what I want to achieve, where I want them to go, and all of that good stuff. So, and then I will show you some of the things that I have already acquired at, you know, craft stores and other places, and what we're gonna do in this video. So, okay. But I guess before we jump into all of that, I would like to say that if this is the kind of content you like, if you like crafting, you like tutorials, you like decorating videos, that you would give this video a thumbs up, and you would also hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to ring the bell so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. It's Halloween all year long here, not just in October, so if you like that, then stick with us because it is a lot of spooky fun on this channel. Also, if you'd like to support this channel in a little more personal way, I do have a Patreon. Patrons get access to lots of extra content that's not here on YouTube. I have 2 different series there on Patreon. One is called TerrorTube, which is kind of a horror host type show hosted by me, where we do lots of extra fun, spooky things, including I read ghost stories, I do movie reviews, all that kind of fun stuff. I did post on my YouTube, which I will try to link that video to, was one of the more recent TerrorTubes that I've done, where I read some spooky urban legends, and you can watch that on my YouTube channel and see, you know, kind of if TerrorTubes interest you, and if you want to go to Patreon and watch more of them, there's like a whole series of videos. They are, however, for paid members, but you know, as little as $3 a month, you can watch all of them. However, my other series that I have on Patreon is for free. It's for all free members and paid members. And it is called Friday Night Creepover. And they are just kind of chit-chatty videos where I sit on my bed and chat. We go through Halloween makeup. I've done some spooky would you rathers. We watch movies together. Just, you know, kind of fun sleepover-y vibe videos. But yeah, I also try to do some giveaways here and there on Patreon. So, you know, if all that stuff sounds fun to you and all that extra content, you can go to patreon.com/JackieArment and check it out. Think about being a member, whether you're paid or free. I love all my members, and it's just kind of a fun extra spooky community over there we can all hang out on. So, all right, I guess other than that, we will go ahead and get into this video. I will take you through our fall decorations, and we'll get going. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, so here is kind of some of our fall stuff we got going on. We got lots of pumpkins, candles, little garlands and things on stuff. But, you know, it's pretty much regular decor in here, just with some little fall nods. And then I'm going to take you kind of through what I want to do. So a lot of it I want to go on this bar. A lot of the little knickknacks and trinkets and stuff. Obviously, we got the teapot over here. I think next to the teapot, I would like to have a frog of some sort. We need a frog because Greg had his little frog with him everywhere. I would also like to at least get a rock somewhere, like a big rock that I could find to paint a face on, because again, Greg had like a pet rock that had a face that he had painted on it that was funny. So I want that to be kind of over here. So, you know, that's going to be kind of like a Greg, and a little nods to Greg over here. I would like maybe over here. So an idea I had for this lady here was I was thinking I could make like out of felt or something else, like a quick little bonnet for her to wear, just as like a nod to the Auntie Whispers episode. I would also like to get like a handbell that I could put over here, maybe on this or over next to her or something, because we also have like this cauldron, and she seemed kind of witchy. I might take some of I have a lot of tea ingredients. Please apologize for the mess over on this kitchen table, but a lot of my tea ingredients over here, maybe I'll take some of them and put them over here as well, because I feel like that kind of goes with that. So that's kind of the plan for the bar. I do also want to, the sign up here, that sign usually goes where this little pixelated thing is, and usually there's nothing up there, but I think what I want to put up there instead of that sign is I would like to make a Pottsfield sign. Like just get like a wooden slab and maybe either Mod Podge or paint something on it and have that there. And then I think the only other things I really want to do is here on the fireplace, I'd like to have some kind of nods to the woodsman. So I would like to have a lantern that kind of looks like his here, with a white light in it maybe, and then maybe like a little bundle of sticks. I would like to, I don't know if it will be possible because this might be things I need to order online, but I would like to it would be kind of cool on this side to get like an old-fashioned molasses jar jug, and then have like a sack of potatoes. Not real potatoes, but maybe like a little potato sack to kind of go with the potatoes and molasses. I don't know if that's going to happen in this video. Again, that might be a thing that I'd work on later, because I would like to make a cool wreath as well for the front door, which I'll get into in a little bit. So those might be like later additions, because I think some of that stuff I have to order online. There's like no way to find it just in the regular store, and I don't have time to wait for it. I would like to, over here with this cauldron, which again kind of reminds me of like the anti-whisper stuff, is to maybe have some little black turtles around here. It depends on what I can find at any stores. Again, don't have time to order things online really right now. So again, that might be a later edition, but I think I've got a few things so far to achieve kind of some nods of over the garden wall, at least enough to be cute. And then if I need to add more things later, throughout the years, I can build upon it. So that's the plan. So I guess, Lydia, Lydia, hi, say hello. She's like, no. I guess other than that, I will take you guys into the craft room and I will show you the things that I have acquired so far that go with this plan. And we'll talk about any of the crafting that we're gonna do. So, okay, let's go. Of course. She's sitting right on the thing that I need. Whatever. Okay. All right. So now that you guys have kind of seen the plan and like where I want things to go and stuff, I'm going to show you some of the things I've already acquired at the craft stores and some other places. So you guys saw the teapot already. Next to that, now one of the things that I did not get, well, I bought it, but it's still on its way. I did get a frog that I want to put next to that teapot. I got it at walmart.com. I will put a picture of it here because it's not here yet. I'm hoping that it will get here for the reveal. If it doesn't, I can go get like a temporary frog just for the sake of the reveal. But I could not pass it up because it was so perfect. Yeah, the picture, you know, it's like supposedly a little wizard frog, but the hat looks a lot like Wirt's hat, his, you know, gnome hat or whatever. So it was just too freaking perfect and I just could not pass that up. So it's still on its way. I think it was like coming from China and I ordered it like earlier this month and it's supposed to be here like next week or something. So if it's early enough next week before Thanksgiving and I have a chance to have it for the reveal, I hope I do. If not, I will just use something temporary in the moment. But, and you know, maybe I'll take a picture of it on Instagram so you guys can see it. But anyway, that's something that I have bought that it's not here yet. But I am really, really excited about it because it's just so cute and perfect and it looks so over the garden wall. Anyway, other than that, the other things that we have that are gonna go on, at least on that bar, is I did find this at Hobby Lobby. It's a little bluebird. It was like over with the fairy garden stuff. She was like $2. She just kind of looked like Beatrice, even though I know Beatrice doesn't have a hat or anything, but like, you know, she used to be a person. So I don't know. I just thought this looked very Beatrice-like. So we've got this. It's going to sit over there somewhere. I did get a bell. This one was perfect. I actually got it at Michael's. Hobby Lobby had mostly a lot of cowbells, unfortunately. But this was from Michael's. It was actually like originally $6 or something, but I got it on, I used a coupon, so it was only like $4. It is kind of new, so I do kind of want to age it a little bit. But it reminds me, you know, of the Anti-Whispers bell. I do have some black rub and buff that I might use on it to just kind of, you know, dirty it up a little and make it look old, because it's too new. And that's gonna, you know, go over with the bust that we have. My husband did pick me up a rock from work. That's actually a pretty good sized rock, so I can paint the little face on it of Greg's little rock pet that he has. So we're gonna do that, and that's gonna go somewhere on the bar. As for the sign that's gonna go above it, above our coffee mugs and stuff, I did get this from Hobby Lobby. It's just a blank wood sign. It was $10. It has little things here and here to hang it, but I think what I'm gonna do is actually just tie string and have like a little, you know, hanger to hang it. I feel like that'll be easier. But this is where we're gonna put the Pottsfield sign, which I have already designed on Photoshop. And after I'm done talking about this stuff, I will show you kind of how I did it. So I recorded it so you can kind of see, I kind of put it together pretty quick, but I think it looks cute, and we're gonna Mod Podge that on here. So that's for that. I don't know if I'm going to stain the edges of this. I'm gonna put the sign on first, the graphic on first, and then see what I think. If I feel like it needs to be stained a little bit, then I might, but I don't know. The exposed wood, I might actually just like it that way, so we'll see. I'll see what I think when I'm done Mod Podging it on here, but there's that. As for over by the fireplace, I did find a lantern at Hobby Lobby. This was also $10, but I think it was also on sale. It's not real. It is definitely decorative. You cannot use this as a real lantern. I did buy some fairy lights from the dollar store. I don't have them over here, but I got like a cool white colored fairy lights because in the show, or in the cartoon, the woodsman that has the lantern, he is under the impression that his daughter's soul is in this lantern. And so it glows like a white light. It's not like a candle light. It's not a warm light. It's white, which is what I wanted. So I do want to put fairy lights in here. I do want to diffuse the fairy lights a little bit so you can't see them super clearly in there. And so I think one of the things that I'm going to do in order to achieve that is I'm going to take this glass out and spray it with like a frosted matte coating to do that. And then I might also get some white tissue paper and maybe on the inside glue some white tissue paper all over the inside just to diffuse it even further. And hopefully that will diffuse it enough. We'll see. I don't know if I want to rust this up. You can see on here that whoever made this did attempt to make like little spots look kind of rusted, but it looks kind of crappy. So I don't know if I will go in and kind of rust it up a little, maybe just in a few spots or maybe over the spots that they did. I'm just gonna use my regular rust technique that I've used in the past. I've done it on a video. There. So many technical difficulties today. I don't know why my equipment just does not want to work. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I'm gonna use maybe the technique that I've used in the past on this lantern, where I just take a rust-colored acrylic paint and mix it with some sand and, you know, dab it in spots that I want it to look rusty, and that gives it a very rust effect. So, yeah, there. Okay. Now, the only thing that's left is what's gonna go with the lantern. It's like a little pile of sticks. Now, I was originally just going to get some sticks from the yard and bundle them in like a little bundle because, you know, he uses sticks. He uses the like certain trees in the forest to turn into oil for his lamp. But when I was at Hobby Lobby and I was over in the floral section, over by the grapevine reeds, they had this. It's like just a little bundle of sticks already, and it was $5, but the floral stuff was on sale, so I think it was even cheaper than that. Perfect. The only thing I don't like, I guess, is this thing here, which I guess is just supposed to be so you can hang it for whatever reason. I might be able to cut it off with some like pliers or tweezers or something, or, you know, some like cutters or a saw. I don't think it's going to affect it's going to untie the bundle because that is kind of tied on it with its own stuff. So I'm going to attempt to do that and cut this like little hoop off. I guess if I don't, it's not the end of the world because it's going to be kind of laying on the ground next to the lantern and you might not be able to see it anyway, but I'm going to attempt that. But this was just too perfect. Now I don't have to bundle up my own sticks. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got so far. Some of the things that I wish I could have gotten that I just didn't either have time, couldn't find. I didn't have time to order online. I did want to get some turtles that I could have had over either by the anti-whisper stuff or over by that little cauldron on the side table. I just couldn't find any good ones. And, you know, I wanted them to be black, or I could have painted them black, but I just couldn't find anything. I don't think it was just the time of year for it. Like if it had been in the summer or the spring, I probably could have found some little ceramic turtles. So maybe I'll keep my eye out over the year for those to add to the fall stuff. And then one thing that I kind of came up with last minute was I have kind of a generic fall wreath out on our door. It's just got fall leaves in it. It's like a grapevine wreath. But what would be cool is if I could make a wreath that had Enoch on it to have on our front door. That idea kind of came to me late. And maybe I will save that I think I will save that as a video, and for next year, whenever I do a fall video next year, we'll do an Enoch wreath because that would just be the, you know, perfect thing for all of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of crafting involved, but just a little. I think what I definitely want to do today is I definitely want to Mod Podge the sign and get all of that. And I would like to frost this, at least the glass. And yeah, I want to at least get those two things done because stuff's got to dry. If I have extra time, I can paint the face on the rock and then also weather the bell. But we'll see. I did kind of get a late start today. Just there was a lot going on and I did not get this video started as early as I wanted to. But it's okay. I've got more days. I don't have to do it all today. So, but I definitely want to get those things done so they can dry. And we can move on to the next thing. But I'm excited. So yeah, I guess I will quit talking and we will go ahead and get into this and get started. Okay, let's go. Alright guys, so here I'm going to show you kind of how I made the Pottsfield sign on Photoshop. So I have already a file up that's the size that I need for the sign. And I found this graphic online. I think it's just kind of like a t-shirt or something, and I am cleaning it up a little, removing the background and taking the words out because I'm going to put my own words in. And I just kind of drag it over there and, you know, size it appropriately. I think I adjust the size a couple of times during the making of this sign, but so here I am just typing out the Welcome to Pottsfield. I want that to be on the top. And I find this kind of cool font. I think it's technically an Addams Family type font, but I felt like it worked really well. I end up making it all caps because I kind of liked the way all of the capital letters looked. And I kind of just, you know, adjust the letters a little bit, to kind of make them, you know, just interesting and everything. And I bended a little bit here, and that's pretty much it for that. Then the bottom, I wanted there to be kind of like a little banner for what I was gonna write at the bottom. So I found these little banner graphics, and I just used one. I think I flip it upside down. And I thought about making a banner at the top too, but I ended up not liking how it looked, so I abandoned that. But and I kind of do this little outer glow here on the letters. I end up doing the little outer glow on everything else too to kind of make it cohesive. And here I'm writing what Enoch tells Wirt and Greg, which it's actually not "You'll join us eventually." It's actually "You'll join us someday." I was going by memory here, and when I looked up the quote later, I did change it to "You'll join us someday." So that changes. And then I'm kind of like doing a little border here. Kind of all the way around. I end up making this a little bit smaller. These are just some brushes that I own that are just kind of decorative. I just kind of end up putting them all in each corner, you know, behind it to give it just a little more of an accent. And with that, that is pretty much it. And we can move to printing it out and Mod Podging it onto the sign. Alright, so now it's time to start gluing the graphic on. So I've already got it printed out. I have it, I actually printed it on multiple sheets and taped it together. So right now it's just taped on the back. And we're gonna first use the matte Mod Podge because I don't really want this to be, you know, really glossy. And I'm gonna actually right now glue down all the little seams where I, you know, stuck the graphic together. My printer does not print big graphics like this, so I had to kind of, you know, puzzle piece it together. But anyway, so now we're going to put it on to the sign. And basically how I'm doing this is like at a section at a time so that I can slowly lower it over and rub it on. This way I don't get wrinkles or bubbles in it, and it's just the easiest way to do it instead of trying to put it all on at once. Alright, and now I'm actually going to go over this with this little concoction that I've made, which is the dishwasher safe Mod Podge and a little bit of this tan paint. I just mixed it together, and I'm just going to kind of use it to make this sign look a little antiqued. I didn't really want to completely stain it dark, but I felt like it needed some color. So I'm just starting off by kind of going in the crevices and on the sides here. And then I basically just paint over the entire thing. I'm also not being super meticulous about, you know, it being spread perfectly evenly. If there's some
more, you know, darker areas than light and lighter areas in some spots. I think it's fine. I think it looks more rustic, looks more antiqued, and weathered. So I'm not being super careful with it, but I just go over the entire sign. And now we're moving on to the lantern. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the glass piece that's in here, the little bulb. And we're basically just going to set that aside, and we're going to paint that later, and we're going to focus on the main lantern for the time being. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my rust technique over all of the spots that they painted, whoever made this. The little crappy rust spots that they have on here. And basically just what I do is I use a rust colored acrylic paint. I mix it with a little bit of brown sand from like a craft store, and I just dab it on with kind of a bristled brush that's all spread out, and it dries and looks like rust. I usually also go over it with some Mod Podge, because then it doesn't flake off, because it does tend to want to do that. So I go over all the spots. You don't see it, but I do go over all the spots with a matte Mod Podge. And now I am kind of decided it needed to be a little bit more weathered and worn, so I found this like bronze, like kind of a brown metallic paint that I had, and I'm just going over all the edges, like kind of dry brushing, just to make it look like it's, you know, kind of worn and like some of the metal is showing through. And I think it made it look a lot more cohesive and just old. Alright, and now we're going to go spray this little glass. Alright, and there it is. Now this is technically the next day that I did this, but I have already put the little fairy lights in, and I have it coming out from the bottom to make it easier. And there it is. I actually think that this frosted glass, which I just used a matte finish spray paint that's clear, I think it diffused enough. It's hard to tell on camera, but I think that's done. Alright, it is the next day, and we're just going to finish up these last little projects. So we've got the bell, and basically what I'm going to do with this is I actually am going to use that same brown metallic paint that I have that looks kind of bronzy, and I'm going to just kind of dab it on the gold part of the bell, and then kind of dab over it with a dry paper towel to kind of spread it out and make it look a little more natural. And this, I feel like this is going to help it kind of look tarnished in a way. And then I kind of use a little bit of black on the handle, and then I use that same kind of dabbing technique that I did with the brass color with the black, just a little less black all over the gold part, and it really sells the like kind of tarnished. And here I am kind of using a little bit of brown paint on the handle too. I was trying to like age it a little bit more. But basically that's it, and I do go over the metal part with some Mod Podge just to kind of seal it so it doesn't scratch off. Alright, and now we're going to paint the little rock. So here I am mostly just drawing the face on first with pencil. it doesn't have to look perfect because it's supposed to look like a little kid drew it. So that's kind of the nice thing about it. And then, you know, this is pretty much self-explanatory. I just go in and paint everything the colors that they are in the picture. I did have to use a paint pen for the blue pupils because I realized I did not have any blue acrylic paint anymore. So that's why I use a paint pen. But yeah, I basically just go over it all with paint. I think I had to do the yellow a couple of coats. But yeah, that was it. That was it for this. It was really easy. Alright, and the last thing we gotta do is just take the little ring off these sticks. So I realized, actually, that I was able to kind of cut this with just regular scissors. It was brittle enough, so I literally just made one cut, and I just pulled it out of the little hoops that were holding it in, and that was it. It was really easy. There we have it. I think I trim a little bit of the sticks too, but other than that, we are pretty much ready now for the reveal. All right, that's it. That's it for this decorating video. I hope you guys liked it. I think everything turned out really cute. I especially love the rock. I think it turned out so cute. I was like laughing while I was doing it. And then of course, the little frog came in just in time. He's a little smaller than I thought he would be.
But it's okay. I might make like, maybe I can make like a little stump for him to sit on, like a little, tree stump or something. Somehow I could make that because he needs a little something to sit on. He's so tiny, but I think he's perfect. He's just so cute. And I don't know, I love it. So yeah, so it all turned out really good. The lantern, obviously you can see behind me, looks really good. So yeah, I'm really happy. I think just next year I'll have a few more things I want to add, like maybe an old-fashioned molasses jar, like I've said, and like a potato sack filled with something would be cute. And then obviously I might make a Enoch wreath for the front door, so that will probably be a video next year. But anyway, I hope that this was fun to watch, even though it was like kind of minimal decorating. I hope it was fun enough, and it just was kind of like added some cozy fall vibes that, they're at the end of kind of fall before Christmas really comes into full swing, which I am excited about. This week I've kind of started feeling the Christmas, bug bite me a little bit. So I am kind of itching to do some Christmassy stuff and decorate in here for Christmas. Because I have been looking at fall stuff for about 3 months. So that including Halloween, stuff. Ultimately I hope that this gave you some little last minute fall vibes. And, I have other videos on my channel that are also fall inspired, that if you're still kind of wishing to hang on to that a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I hope if you guys liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. As far as new videos go, the next video will be a live stream on December 13th of 2025. We're gonna do, me and my sister are gonna, surely my sister said she wants to, so unless something happens, me and my sister will do making a Yule log live. A couple of years ago, me and my sister did a live stream where we put together traditional Yule logs, so not the cake kind, but the actual log that you burn. And I did not do a live last year, but I was thinking I would start doing that again, have that be a traditional live, kind of like how we do our pumpkin carving. And during our pumpkin carving this year, a lot of you did express that you wanted the Yule log live again. So we're gonna do it. So that will be the next video, technically, will be the Yule log live. So I will try to get it scheduled here on YouTube so you guys can know what time. I usually will make a post about it on my Instagram and stuff, and here on YouTube, so you guys can be ready. It'll probably be in the afternoon sometime on that Saturday. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I didn't get to do it last year, so I want to get back into doing the Yule log annually again. It's really fun. So yeah, look forward to that. And then other than that, I do have like kind of a quick sort of Christmassy craft. It's not like super Christmassy, but I guess you could say that it's based off of a movie series that a lot of people do kind of associate with Christmas and watch during Christmas. So I usually watch this series in the fall time, but I guess it's Christmassy. This video was going to happen this month, but the Over the Garden Wall decorating video, this pushed it. So we're doing this other thing in December, but it's a really quick craft, and it should be fun. I'm excited to make it. I've been wanting to for a little while, so that'll be my other like Christmas video. It's not really super Christmassy, but that will be it for the videos this year. And then after that, we'll be getting back into just regular spooky crafts all year in January. So yeah, but I guess other than that, I will leave links in the description of this video, as always, to my social media, so my Instagram and TikTok, where you can watch videos and see pictures and other posts and things that don't make it to YouTube, and kind of like everyday life stuff. I will also link to my Etsy shop, where I sell lots of spooky, witchy prop potions and stuff all year long. I am going to be adding some Christmassy things here soon that are in the works. There's like 1 or 2 Christmas things on there right now, but I guess starting when I'm filming this video, so the 23rd of November into I think the 1st of December, I'll need to check that again. I will be participating in like a cyber week or sale on my Etsy shop, so you can get 25% off the entire shop. So I will kind of put the information about that in the description of this video, and you can go to my Etsy shop and find out more. So there's that. And so, you know, if you're looking to get something for a spooky person in your life for Christmas, you can go there and check that stuff out. Also, if you don't know, this is the first video you're watching on my channel, I do have 2 books that are available for purchase that I've written, and they're both very spooky. They're good for, again, for a spooky person in your life that's looking for something new to read. Maybe during Christmas you can get one. But one is a zombie romance, and one is a vampire adventure story. They are both available on Amazon. You can get them as paperback and Kindle versions, but they are also available on my Etsy shop. So I have a section on my Etsy shop called Author Central, and it is where you can purchase both books, paperback copies that are signed and personalized. So if you want a signed copy of one of my books, go there. They are a little bit cheaper on my Etsy shop too than they are on Amazon, because Amazon doesn't take part of my profits. And you know, I just prefer sending it to you guys from Etsy because, again, it's more personal. Anyway, so you can check that out. I will also leave a link to my author website and my author Facebook page where you can learn more about those books, and you can learn about some of the projects I'm working on right now, more things that I'm writing. I'm currently writing a book right now about a young woman who's possessed by a demon. And I have another project in the works, which is a sequel to my vampire story. So you can find out things about that. You can read sneak peeks from both of those on my author website. So yeah, if that interests you, can go there. Also, if you're looking for even more content, you can go to patreon.com/JackieArment and check out all of the stuff there. The Terror Tubes, the Friday Night Creepovers. I will get a Friday Night Creepover out soon. I know I said I was going to this month, but Thanksgiving and a lot of other things kind of got in the way and I didn't get to, but I will do it next month. And I have kind of an idea for a Christmassy Friday Night Creepover, so get excited about that. In kind of like a apology for not getting the Friday Night Creepover out when I wanted to, I'm actually going to do a quick giveaway at the end of this month. So you can go there to kind of check out about that. I'm going to make a quick video about it here soon. And I'm just giving away something from my Etsy shop. So that's Christmassy, because I know we're all starting to decorate for Christmas. So that was kind of like an apology for not getting out a video when I wanted to. So yeah, if you want to participate in the giveaway, think about joining my Patreon, because even free members get to have a name in the giveaway. So yeah, but I guess other than that, that's pretty much it. I guess as always, you guys just stay spooky, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.